Okay, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat for October 5th. We certainly have a lot to talk about. We're just days away, a week away from, and probably next Thursday, many of you will be traveling Thursday and Friday to be with us for the Friday evening, gathering, 80s party, and then jumping in Friday morning. So Thursday, oh, wait. It's the Thursday evening 80s party. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. So 7 days from tonight, we'll all be together. Now, how wonderful. We wanted to talk to you a little bit just to kind of clarify and alleviate some of the confusion about some of the upcoming changes in the U.S. advertising guidelines. Most of the folks here are in the U.S. If you're not in the U.S., chances are you might end up with some people in the U.S., so it's good for everyone to know, no matter where you are. And so I know that we listened last night to David's presentation. It really clarified a lot for us. And as a team, Lifeway Live Younger community, we're not going to make any changes in any of our websites other than the changes that Judy has already made in Live Younger products until after the conference. There's going to be a lot more clarity, and we want to measure twice and cut once, as the old saying goes, on the changes we're going to make and figure out the best way to keep the stem cells in our storyline, but not, so pronounced as they are. Did most of you have a chance to listen to David's Lifeway Connect yesterday afternoon or evening?
Yes, I did both. That was awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Well, for those of you, and I would assume there's some of you that probably didn't, we have other things going on in our life. So I was going to do a brief review of that and then open it up for some Q&A afterwards. So I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen. And so we can take a look at this. And I'm sharing right from the LifeWave, from our Live Younger Facebook group. You are all familiar with this. And thank you, Peter No. I pushed the, there we go. Peter, SPD Peter No, NGO, took some really great notes. And so thank you, Peter, for doing this. So these are all available for you and your team to review. And this is a really good summary of what David said yesterday. And David says every 2 years, it's not the FDA that goes and checks every 2 years, because our manufacturing laboratories, our manufacturing is in Ireland. Now, David has a laboratory in Florida, and he also has a laboratory in Ireland. But every 2 years, health officials do an audit, and we're an ISO 9000 manufacturing facility, which is a very high grade, very structured policy procedure manuals, processing manuals, and, or in order to be ISO 9000 certified, companies have to be reviewed on a regular basis. So this is a pharmaceutical level manufacturing facility, clean, specific, very controlled. And David went on to say yesterday that he's had a great relationship with the FDA since 2004, when they launched the company. And he explained that the FDA received a complaint from somebody in a competitive company in Japan that raised their eyebrows, and they wrote a letter. And so David, our FDA attorneys, responded and said, there are no drugs. The other person said, we have stem cells in our patches, and we're putting stem cells and drugs into people's body, which, our attorneys wrote back, says, you've inspected our laboratories, you know who we are, review your own files, because our patches are hermetically sealed. There's nothing going in the body. There's no drugs. There's no stem cells. It's light energy frequency. So So the FDA went back and looked at prior audits and resolved 80% of the questions. But in the process, the FDA notified our counsel that they're in the process of not allowing natural products to make stem cell claims. Even though we have clinical studies, we can't say we're, so we're changing our claims as a matter of good faith, okay? And that's why the notice went out last week. Some people saw some, the intended changes of advertising guidelines for the US. And this again is only from the US. So the company has a lot of work to do to update our marketing materials and our videos for the US. And they're kindly giving our brand partners 60 to 90 days to comply. And I've had discussions with Meredith about this, our president, with Garrett, our, country manager. And so this is very clear that that's why we're not making any changes in liveyounger.com or the Power of the Patch webinars or Live Younger Success. We're not making any further changes in Live Younger products until we have a little bit more clarity exactly what claims we're going to be allowed to make. Okay. So claims elsewhere there's no changes required anywhere else in Asia, Europe, Mexico. This is just USA, because the FDA has no jurisdiction outside of the country. So this is a standard procedure, nothing to be alarmed about. The company's growing, so, and, regulations change and we're responding professionally to them. There'll be more information about what claims and what marketing materials will be available. As Jeff said on the call yesterday with David, they're scrambling to update the videos and marketing materials. So before we start making changes to our collateral, our websites and such, we want to, see what the company comes forward with as far as verbiage, because we know if we use their verbiage, we're very safe. And that's usually what we tend to do. So David says we will continue to speak about stem cells and stem cell research. Our First Amendment right still remains somewhat intact, and he's affirming it. And he also let us know we're rolling out new technology at the convention that will, without a shadow of a doubt, establish us as a serious health technology company, health and wellness technology company. So as we grow and expand, LifeWave is going to get beyond patches. Will X39 continue to be our best-selling product? Probably for a long time to come. It doesn't get much better, and there's so many people that need our light therapy products. So, there's loads of announcements on the way, but, that's probably enough said. I'd like to just open it up. If any of you have a thought or question, just raise your hand and we could kind of go into kind of discussion, open discussion on this now. Anything I said or anything that I didn't say. Okay. Hey, Heidi.
Good morning, Gregory. I love this summary. It's so beautiful. I only saw one correction early this morning when I was reading it. There is a difference between a lawyer and an attorney. A lawyer is kind of like an intern, and an attorney is a specialized bar certified individual. So if you wouldn't mind correcting that to say attorneys, because I'm pretty sure that we're not being audited by just interns that haven't passed the state bar.
Well, I never knew that.
Yeah, I just learned that this morning because I thought, okay, when I was in a former network marketing company, they made it very specific. And I was probably 21 years old when I learned that, but I'd forgotten it. And so when I was reading this, I was like, I'm pretty sure he didn't say lawyer. I'm pretty sure he said his attorneys.
Okay, I will make that change.
Thank you so much.
Good, thank you. Okay, hey, John, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Gregory. I just wanted to say that, I really think our company is tremendous on this whole deal here as far as, and I won't get into the politics of all of this, but, we basically tell the truth. And one claim that I have a question about is that I heard David speak on it a number of times is the claim that we can reverse the aging process. We can reverse that. That's a pretty bold statement to say that. And I was just wondering where that stands in all of this.
Good question. This too shall be made known. I can't answer that right now. We're not making any change because I know David isn't going to roll over, but he's going to cooperate. So hopefully we'll have that answer by the end of the conference.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, Diane, go ahead.
That was based on the study that they did with the adults that took that wore the stem cell patches for 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months, they did their all of their clinical studies and everything again. And it had reversed the cardiovascular system age by 8 years. And
Yep.
we have a clinical study on that. So I think that's where that one comes into play.
Yeah, and I think we're still going to be able to share the clinical studies and, and I haven't heard we aren't going to be able to say that. I haven't heard we are either. So, David, we're a very science research-based company and, we're going to continue to say everything we can and still have access to the clinical studies that validate even things that we can't say.
Doing a event this Saturday outdoors, and we have all of our tablecloths and our banners and everything, and our tablecloth right on the front, activate your stem cells. So
We got one
basically
too.
we're just going
Yep.
just going to leave that in place and maybe not
100%.
mention it as much and just say, optimal physical health. But
Yep.
for the time being, since we've got so much invested in those things, we're going to continue to use them.
Yeah, and I think the company's going to be lenient even in that regard. They'll probably let us continue using the materials we have for a period of time, but they're going to give us 60, 90 days to change websites and things like that. And it gives them a chance to remake their materials also. So I think you're fine for an undetermined period of time, Diane, to continue using those beautiful tablecloths. Hey, good morning, Carl.
Morning to all of you. I've been thinking a lot about this, as most of us have been. And I think a very important word that's going to be part of our language now is the word may. And when we say that, we don't guarantee anything about our products. Yes, we have clinical studies, which we can probably still share privately, I gather. But, the emphasis is on may. There are things that happen when people use our patches that we don't guarantee. One of them that I'm coming across constantly is weight loss. Well, we would never say that this wonderful product of ours will help you lose weight, but it is happening. And like age reversal, the anecdotal evidence we have suggests it. Take a look at the pictures. Pictures tell the story, as we know. So I think as we go forward, we're going to be a lot keener. We're going to be a lot more careful and a little more guarded, but still as bold to say that we offer you the hope that something great is going to happen in your body, because some of the things that people are looking for don't always manifest themselves. And I've had this with several new brand partners. So I think this concentration and having this laser beam focus is going to be good. We're going to become a better company and better representatives out there talking about the potential and the hope that X39 and our other patches, offer to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. And and our stories are going to continue to be the best marketing we can do. And when you get to know somebody and how's your health, and they tell you that they have Lompoc-Aru, you can say, hey, I've heard of some stories of people with similar conditions having major results with this product, and it comes with an unconditional money back guarantee. So, hey, good morning, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the advertising guidelines, and
Yes.
at this point, it's we are not allowed to say aging is not inevitable. X39 supports healthy stem cell activity to restoration and rejuvenation. They did specifically put something in there in a way of reversing back the clock. And then the other ones that we're not allowed to say is turn back time with X39. So we may want to see if we can get some clarification on that, because there's in two places it talks about X39 and tying it somehow or another to the verbiage of aging, reversing aging.
Yeah, that's probably, one of the most potent views or languaging that people use in addition to activating stem cells. And I'm
Right.
sure my prediction is those advertising guidelines are going to be modified over the next 30 or 60 days. They're cranked out, quickly. And I think that, my hope is they're going to back off on some of it, but time will tell. So that's why I'm saying business as usual, continue using what you got, and know that we're going to get some fine tuning on what our marketing and advertising claims can be.
Right. I
Okay.
just thought I'd mention that it was sort of
Yeah.
addressed in those guidelines.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
bringing
you.
that up. Okay, Carolyn, go ahead.
Good morning. David
morning.
also mentioned Behind the Science of X39 on our website.
Mhm.
And on the third paragraph, it still has Dr. Lauren Picard's name misspelled.
Oh, gosh.
Is there a way that you could ask compliance? I wrote to them immediately when I saw it last week, but of course it's still Picart. It's
If
missing
you
the
could
C.
send that, Carolyn, to me or Robin, we'll push it over through VIP.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you
I
for pointing that out.
actually did push it
you
last
did?
week because, yeah, because you sent it to me and several
Okay.
other people saw a few little grammatical things that need to be changed. So yeah, but let's do it again. And I'd love to hear, after you guys listened to David yesterday, how did you feel? What did you come away with as far as our future?
This is
Thanks, Howard.
Jim. This is Jim Bava from Maine.
Yeah, Jim. You go
We
ahead.
watched it at Ann's house last night after a event we had, and everybody in the room was so excited. I mean, we just, I mean, to be in this company with a inventor, CEO, founder of the company that is so excited to tell you about what's coming to convention and can't, and skirts around it, but to give you that, we have a very, very bright future is just thrilling.
Thank you, Jim. That's kind of what I was feeling when we heard David in Sardinia. As lots of you have heard, I left with my mouth open going, what a privilege to represent this company and what this man is creating to share with the world. So who else wants to share? How did you feel after you heard David yesterday?
Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody. Judy Daniel here from Ontario, Canada. When I first wore the X39, I think in about the second or third day, I said that it put the bubbles back into my champagne. And I didn't even know that I needed more bubbles in my champagne. That's exactly how I felt after listening to David last night. I just felt bubbles in my champagne and didn't even know I needed them. It was very uplifting. Regarding, may I make one comment about Live Younger products, Robin, or would you like me to hold that till later?
Go for it.
Oh, go for it, Judy.
All right, so I've created a baseline, squeaky clean, compliant, liveyoungerproducts.com. I'm going to be continually adding to our baseline. So this isn't the forever look of Live Younger products. And I'm getting very creative. I've got the stem cells up there. You can read all about that in the history of LifeWay, but I will be adding, but we have the squeaky clean baselines. So very excited about our future.
Thank you so much, Judy. Sunshower, you've got your hand up. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everybody. If it's possible, what I felt was a calm excitedness. David is so matter of fact, he's so scientific, and yet heart to heart on top of it all. So here we are, the recipients of this man's genius all around the world, and he's never questioned anything about the future. It's always been bright and shiny, and he has surprises up his sleeve, probably not just for this convention, but other conventions to come. So I don't know, I can't say I'm like rah excited about this. I'm just like, well, of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Jerry, we haven't heard from you yet. Go ahead. Thanks, I'm sorry.
After listening to him, I'm sorry, let me put my video back on. It was like you're sitting there in a man that's going to fight for you forever. He had a firmness that was like overshadowing that nothing was ever going to go wrong. He had full control and he knew where our ship was going. And he was going to be our great, great leader. He was up there and we knew we could follow him.
And I loved his closing comments. He says, start your day with prayer, and you can't be angry if you're in gratitude. You can't be in fear or anger if you're in gratitude.
Right. I mean,
I
when
just
he,
love that. I mean,
I just love when he brings God into the talk and he's talking how he thanks him and leads him. And he is there. He's there for all of us. So David is there to lead us to wherever we want to go with him.
oh, he is. Yeah, we're totally blessed to have such a clear, selfless servant leader. And he
Right.
truly is a level 5 servant leader. No question.
Thank you.
about it. Yeah. Hey, Heidi, you had something else you wanted to add?
I don't know. When he said you don't have to be a practitioner, you don't have to have a doctor in front of it. And I think he's in the past said, I have an honorary doctorate. I'm not a doctor either. He calls himself an inventor. And I love that I will follow that inventor to the ends of the earth. And I broke out my heroin thing yesterday and I thought, I have my heroin degree. I know how to spell heroin. And it means a female hero.
Great. Okay, thanks, Heidi. Anyone else have any comments? Robin popped in. She might have some.
Well, I'm just echoing what I'm hearing, that, it was kind of like we have someone in charge.
Where's
We're
your
going-
phone? Is that going?
It's in the other room.
Oh,
I'll go get it.
okay.
But our future is very bright. And did you guys hear about the energy system for the house? Oh my. Oh my, there's so much new technology coming. And I'm sorry for the echo, but we were
Excuse me. Sorry for the sneeze.
and we have a very bright future. That's the important thing that I'm hearing from many of you. And this is really exciting, and we'll be giving information as we get it. We don't want to be real reactive. So keep doing what you're doing. And again, he didn't talk about it last night, but one-on-one, you can say whatever you want. And we'll keep reminding you of that. So have those events in your homes. Some people are calling them home parties or batch parties, but continue to do what you've done that has built your business, which is one-on-one, heart to heart, connecting with people and relationships. So there's so much goodness coming in the future. And I think anyone who's watching or attending the convention is going to leave there even more amazed than the drone.
Yeah. Wonderful. Tim or Helen, did one of you want to share something?
Yeah, it's Helen. Right.
Hi,
When
Helen.
we were in Aruba and he mentioned the energy thing, it was like, what? Jaw on the knee, right, Robin? And I think my jaw's been on my knee the whole time. But then I heard it again, last night, and I'm like, I did hear that. I knew I heard it, but is it really true? It's like, oh my God, it's beyond what we could even comprehend. Amazing. So I am so grateful.
So I just want to note a couple of the comments. Yes, we are evolving. Thank you, Dr. Velvet. And we are, and Sarah and Marvin said, oh, how I love when David talked about the glow of energy, and energy is the currency of life, is one of my previous mentors, shared with me, and David's going to help us amp up our energy and our longevity. We looked this morning also, Adriana, and the talk is not up in the LifeWave YouTube yet, we won't be in the Live Younger YouTube until it's up on the LifeWave, so we can, grab it and transfer it over. So unless somebody has a copy of it.
No, it's replayable on LifeWave Business Builders on Facebook. Like right now, you can replay it, like right now.
Really?
It is?
Yeah,
I
it's
looked
here.
this morning and I couldn't find it.
Oh, good. Okay.
I couldn't find it recently either, but I'm up in Canada, so I thought maybe my feed wasn't refreshing.
But you
I'm gonna
saw
go
it this
look.
morning,
This
Heidi?
is Liz, and if I find it, I will be able to get it. 99% of the time I can get it, and I'll be able to add it to our YouTube channel.
People are reposting it all over Facebook, just so you
Oh,
know.
cool. Okay.
I've already rewatched it at 4 a.m. this morning.
Oh, good. Well, thank you for telling us that. So that's
Whoa,
awesome.
when I
So it's
looked,
on
I didn't see it. Yay.
LifeWave Business Builders. Okay, everybody should belong to that, check in regularly, but now you want to check in and make sure everybody on your team has seen it. It was a great, that's why Robin wanted to know how everybody felt afterwards,
Yeah. And
she's blurring out there.
sorry about that. Become a member of LifeWave Business Builders. That site, you're going to have more and more engagement with the community. They have new digital marketing expert. A lot of things are going to be available there first. And that's where you can watch LifeWave Connect and at your own convenience. So get yourself enrolled in that and then invite your entire team. And it's real easy to do that. But when David talked about the results in the lab, and those of us in Aruba heard about it,
Yeah.
I mean, 100% of people getting a positive response in the average of 15 seconds. Crazy. How's that going to be for business, guys? We've got some great business opportunities also with his inventions that are going to enhance the quality of life for humanity.
And if I said LifeWave, Live Younger Business Builders, I meant LifeWave Business Builders Facebook group. Okay, for clarity, that's where it is. Hey, Liz, go ahead, please.
Heidi, if you can text me or email me the link, because I'm not finding it.
So
You're
I
welcome.
belong to 4 different team groups on Facebook, and I've seen it replayed on 2. I'll send
Right.
you those links. But I'm just a member. I do what everyone else does, and that's you have to answer questions in Facebook Business Builders, and you have to give the ID number that you're operating under. So if you're a spouse of a LLC member, you can't join LifeWave Business Builders.
Okay, and Dr. Velvet, that link that you just sent me is taking me to the one that Garrett did with the day before, not the one that was yesterday. So still looking, but anybody got links, send them to me.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to Diane. You haven't spoken yet. Oh, yeah, you did. So we'll go Sunshower. Go ahead.
Hi again. This is totally off the subject, but since this is our last biz chat before convention, I just thought I'd throw out a couple things.
Yes.
I'm wearing right now my director's pin and my Live Younger. Can you see this? My Live Younger name tag. And I think we ought to be really proud of anything that we've done to move up. It all shows strongly our own personal self-development. And it's like we need to be proud of the fact that we're on the Live Younger team and that we're moving up in ranks. Just 2 other things. Last year, LifeWave provided these little notebooks, but I did hear Garrett say it would be smart to bring your own notebook. And this is a last minute offer for you guys. I actually was able to replicate the Live Younger name tags. And so for anybody that has somebody new that's coming, get in touch with me. I'll put my email in the chat. And maybe we can talk by phone and stuff. And I would need the person's name, their city and state. Okay.
Yeah, and one of the things I thought you were going to mention, Sun Showers, we talked about, because, our name tags say activate your stem cells. We talked about putting bling over STEM, over the word STEM, just kind of to play on it. So we're not flaunting, the term that we know we're not going to be able to say, at least not at corporate events. But, and it would just look cool, activate cells, activate your cells. So I think you're going to see a lot of people at the convention or, with name tags with little bling over the word STEM, just as a way of kind of honoring the company's, desire to change, but at the same time, being proud to wear our name tags and, and you could take the bling off when you go to your local meetings.
I think it's a great idea. So wear your name tags, bring a little extra bling for people that don't have any, just cover the word STEM and we're clean.
And I'm sure there's a lot of ladies that will have extra bling with them. It seems to be the bling thing that's happening to our group. So, Diane, go ahead, please.
One of my favorite parts about his talk yesterday was the engineer that was in his lab who saw one of his inventions and said, "This is not possible." And David said, "Well, you're looking at it, aren't you?"
Don't you love that?
Isn't that great?
I loved it.
That's great. Okay. So, we'll be doing a newsletter Monday. We won't be doing a Monday evening call. There will be some changes. We'll be doing a Tuesday evening call. We won't be doing a Thursday morning call. So next week we'll have a Monday morning call, our miracle call. We'll have a no Monday evening call. We'll have a Tuesday testimonial Tuesday call that Sun Shower is going to be hosting with one of our health practitioners. And then and that'll be the last call of the week leading up to the conference. So if you got any questions about anything, let us know, put it in the Facebook group. We're very excited about where we're going. Liz, did you want to share something else, please?
Yeah, somebody's asking about where do you find bling, and they didn't know
It's
to
out
do
of
that.
my-
So
that's out of
Walmart
my wheelhouse.
has it in the craft and sewing area. You can, if you have a Michaels, Michaels has it. The dollars, a lot of times for kids, they'll have, that kind of thing, or sticker things or whatever. So there's lots of different places to find quote unquote bling. Bye,
Okay.
Robin.
Bye, Robin. Everybody say bye, Robin.
Wife wave, Gregory, wife wave.
Bye, Robin.
Yeah, wife wave.
Wife wave.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
That's funny. Well, we're at the bottom of the hour. Unless anybody has any final questions or comments, we'll kind of bring this call in for a landing here.
I have 2 minivans reserved for pickup at the airport. I'm driving. I need
Oh, good.
3 additional drivers. That's it.
Wow, you're amazing.
I just reserved those this morning, and they were the last 2 at
Oh,
the
good.
Enterprise.
Wonderful.
There's an Enterprise right across from Hyatt, so that's where we're picking them up.
So maybe you could post that in the Facebook group so how people can.
I want to
locate
know they're a good driver first. It's my insurance.
Okay. Well, thanks, everyone. We love you all. If you'd like to unmute, this would be a good time to do it. And have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. See you soon.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Great call.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See y'all at
See you at
Bye.
the convention.
Thank you so much.
Paul.
Bye.
We have the best group in the world.
Thank you, everyone.
Mhm.
Take
Awesome.
care,
leadership.
everyone. It's great to see
Live
everyone. Have
younger.
a great day.
Lives on. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop that and we'll sayonara.
Sayonara.